Greetings from a warm summer's day here in South Africa. Today we will be unpacking the modules and then building a support platform from them with the aid of a few strips of wood. And here we are, it's finally time to unpack. But to do this, we have to remove some screws that are holding the modules in the packing cases. And because this particular one has the screws underneath the packing case, we just have to clamp it to hold it together while the screws are out. Okay, so we've got 4 screws to take out here. I don't know if you heard that. 4 screws, that's number 1. Number 2. Number 3. And number 4. And now we'll lay the packing case flat so that we can slide the module out. And there it is, more or less there. We'll take out the clamps. It's quite surprising how much layout one can fit into a small room. And there we see module 1 and module 4 in the packing case that will be supporting them at the back of the layout. Now that the screws are out holding it in, we're going to try and slide it out, just like one would open a drawer. And that's it, 1 down and 1 to go. The plywood which we had attached to the top of the packing case to protect the modules. This must be now removed. And we will now lift the plywood off the top of the packing case. And now it's just a case of moving things around a little bit so that we can fit everything in. And if we look at this packing case, it's quite wobbly that way, but not that way. But on the other hand, when the modules were screwed into it, it was far more rigid. But I'm going to lift this up and move it to the back wall, which will be its final place in the train room. Now, as this room is about a meter longer than the layout, we will take these two modules and we will put them at the back wall here until we're ready to mount them on the layout. It is now the next day and we've brought packing case number 1 into the train room, and we're going to try and take out the correct screws so that we can gently take the modules out. I'm not going to lay the packing case flat because these modules are much smaller, much lighter, and hopefully I can bring them out without all that ado. So let's get to it. I'm going to start at the lowest screw, which I believe is this one down here. And that's it. You can see it moves a little bit. And I'm going to go to the other side and take out the bottom one. And that side moves as well. So now it's a case of taking out the 2 remaining screws without dropping the module. But it does have a little piece there which should support it. So I'm going to take out the screw on this side. But before doing that, I'm going to put a clamp on it, just in case. I'm going to gently release the clamp and see now. That will move. I have loosened the correct screw this time. So I'll clamp it again while I take out the screw on the other side. And this looks like we could be ready. I'm holding on to a cross batten here underneath the module while I release the clamp. And there it goes. I'm just going to slide it down on that little block there. And here we have module number 2, which I will also move to the back of the room. And again, I'll put it this way where it won't get bumped and damaged. module number 3. Okay, so once again, I will clamp it at the top just to hold it in place. And here we have a little support block. But we don't have one at the back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clamp it here at the back. And now hopefully it will be safe to take out the screws, starting at the bottom. And the bottom moves. And the bottom moves again. So now we come to the point where there are 2 screws at the top here holding it in position. At the back it's clamped, so I shall loosen this one at the top. And the top is loose, so one more to go. And then I can loosen the clamp. And it's out. And this is module number 3 at the left front of the layout. Now I'm just going to move it to the back side of the room so that I can maneuver this packing case into place, and once again after I've taken off the protective plywood sheet. So there we are. Now just to remove this sheet of plywood.
With the protection cover removed from the packing case, caster wheels were fitted to a square piece of plywood with skirts on two sides, which were then slipped underneath the vertical corners of the packing case. This was done to all 8 corners.
Well, we put the back longitudinal piece on case 2. Now we're doing the front strip. Adding these pieces, apart from giving a bigger surface area, it increases the carrying weight of the packing case. I'm now going to move to packing case number 1 and add the longitudinal pieces to that. And now we can add the cross sections on the ends, which will then complete the platform.
I'll give you a few seconds to predict what happened next, but to give you a clue, I can assure you nobody was injured and neither were any tools damaged. So watch to see what happened. Okay, and so it crashed. Pick up the pieces and back to the drawing board.
And along here we have the front of the layout. And the back of the layout is there. The two ends of the layout will extend a little bit further to about here and an equal amount on that side.
Well, that's all for today. What did you think of it? Do let me know. Put some comments down. And if you enjoyed it, remember to like and subscribe. In the next episode, we will start mounting the modules on the platform. Goodbye.